Most modern software deployments don't fail because of bad code. They stall out from operational friction. You start your morning focused on writing logic, but soon you're logging into separate hosting panels, jumping over to GitHub, checking external databases, and toggling back and forth with ChatGPT. Every time you switch context to check a different platform, you break your developer flow. That lost momentum quietly bleeds billable hours and delays your shipping schedule. When you map tool sprawl against maintenance time, the relationship is clear. As you add more distinct digital tools to your stack, you drift into a space where you spend more energy managing infrastructure than building your product. The alternative approach is to stop duct taping platforms together and consolidate your DevOps and communication channels into a single environment. The real enemy of scaling is the cognitive load of a fragmented stack. Fixing that requires a unified workspace. Collapsing that chaotic stack down to a single node is the premise of Xuda Dashboard, a consolidation of infrastructure, deployments, and productivity into one workspace. The trade-off is straightforward. You give up the modularity of a multi-vendor stack in exchange for operational speed and zero context switching. You have to decide if committing to an all-in-one ecosystem is an efficiency hack that fits your workflow, or if you prefer to maintain individual control over every specific component. Answering that depends entirely on mapping Xuda's capabilities directly to your team size and your business model. Xuda projects operate on the principle that your data center, your living source code, and your live deployments should all exist under one umbrella. A central project node automatically branches into distinct data centers and deployments running on isolated virtual private servers. If a deployment breaks, version history is an immediate safety net, reversing the data pulse back to a clean, snapshot-protected state. The catch is infrastructure control. Using Xuda's streamlined pipeline means you are buying into their specific server regions. You won't get the deep, low-level server tweaking possible on raw bare metal servers. But if you are a solo innovator or a fast-moving startup, sacrificing that level of granular control buys you scalable reliability without the cost of hiring a dedicated DevOps engineer. Infrastructure is only half the battle. Xuda also targets your daily workflow with its 5-tab AI agentic workspace. By housing streaming AI coding chats in the same sidebar as your active deployments, you eliminate the need to switch out to external browser tabs just to prompt an LLM. Placing your deployment panel side by side with an integrated inbox and AI chat means you can respond to technical issues or client emails without leaving the environment where you write the fix. Centralizing communication inside a developer dashboard does present a behavioral learning curve, especially if your team is already deeply entrenched in external tools like Slack or enterprise Google Workspaces. For teams willing to adapt their habits, this built-in suite transforms a standard hosting platform into a unified workspace for both technical and administrative tasks. As you bring on more developers, Xuda handles team governance out of the box. You assign admin, developer, or viewer access directly from the dashboard. You control security at the individual level, issuing per-member API keys that can be instantly revoked the moment someone leaves the project. Live traffic data and API request volumes stream in alongside visitor demographics, letting you correlate system performance with real-world usage as it happens. The critical trade-off of a fully unified system is that an admin has high-level access to both your production infrastructure and your source code. This requires rigorous internal discipline. If you manage those permissions carefully, this immediate governance gives growing startups enterprise-grade security and auditing on day one. Xuda allows you to duplicate a project's logic into clean, identical instances, each pairing with its own isolated database for rapid deployment. Project owners can sell or deploy these instances for clients. Through the Branding tab, fully white-label these deployments, apply custom color palettes, upload logos, and tailor sign-in layouts to create distinct portals. Building a business model around selling instances means tightly coupling your commercial operations to Xuda's architecture. Moving those clients off-platform in the future would be a complex migration. If you are willing to commit to the ecosystem, these distribution tools upgrade Xuda from a utility hosting provider into a scalable revenue engine designed specifically for agencies and SaaS builders. Deciding if Xuda is your next operational investment starts with a single question. Do you want to keep managing your hosting, AI, and logging tools as separate silos? If the answer is yes, if you are an infrastructure purist who needs multi-cloud bare metal setups, or an enterprise legally required to use air-gapped communications, you should maintain the status quo. If the answer is no, you fall into 3 categories. For solo innovators, this unified ecosystem lets you move at the speed of thought without drowning in DevOps. Startups can leverage team roles, live real-time analytics, and scheduled data backups to scale securely without an admin. And agencies can utilize instances and the branding tab to rapidly sell and transfer white-labeled software. If your team fits one of these 3 profiles, adopting Xuda is a perfectly matched operational upgrade. Modern software velocity is achieved through radical tool consolidation, not fragmentation. If managing your tools is causing more friction than writing your actual code, it is time to unify your stack. Reclaim your time.